So you got like a chest restraint that comes across, and you got this burp. That was New Belgium Brewery.
Good evening. On behalf of Three Sheets to the Mouse, the podcast where drinks get served, cloacas get loved, and adults act like adolescent teenagers in a pack and play, we welcome you to our show. We're gathered here tonight around the bar as people have been doing and getting wasted for thousands and thousands of years before us to share adult humor and Disney drinks. Tonight, a true adventure emerges as we drink together and tell our story together as one. We hope you enjoy our story tonight. Reflections of Booze.
Fuck that little
I know it sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared between
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 49 of Three Sheets to the Mouse. We're five average guys with love for all things Disney, and joining me on this week's show are four guys who got a friend in me. Adam.
I don't know how to take that.
Sounds like Scott's the one that's taking it.
Mikey.
I'm a little uncomfortable there, sorry.
I think I've said everything that needs to be said right now.
Trenton.
Howdy, partners.
And Tim.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We're here to talk to you about Disney parks, Disney booze, and a little bit of debauchery in between. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a whiskey sour, and enjoy the adult side of Disney with Three Sheets to the Mouse. Speaking of whiskey sour, Mikey, that sour face you made, what were you drinking?
Had nothing to do with the bottle I just opened, actually.
What are you drinking?
I've got a bottle of New Belgium beer here. It's their Belgian collection. If you're Trenton, it's Belgian, but if you like sharing animated GIFs, it's Belgian.
This is going to make a fantastic poll later.
It is, yeah, well, you know all about polls.
So how are you going to... Don't forget, Scott has friends in him.
That's right. And don't we still currently have a drinking poll somewhere buried deep in the bowels of Three Sheets to the Mouse? About what the
yes, we do.
Drink of the year for 2017 was.
Drink of the year.
Okay. Well, it's buried, so it's of no consequence right now. Now, I'm drinking the Abbey, which is their Belgian-style double.
Really?
How is it?
And it does not taste good.
Really?
It's got a lot of citrus.
Yeah, we didn't like it either.
End of it.
We tried it.
As you make sense.
Yeah, I don't think we liked that one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it just, well, I mean, it just, I'm getting like, I'm getting like almost grapefruit.
Yeah, it should be burnt sugar, caramel, dark fruit, not that.
That's so weird.
I'm getting grapefruit, so I'm going to blame them fucking weed heads in Colorado for screwing up a good beer.
Well,
Yeah, maybe your taste buds are a little screwy.
you know what they?
Well, I am chasing my 1792 with it, so that may have.
That probably has something to do with it.
But you know what they do have some weird funky beers like that tangerine IPA they have. It's citradelic. Yeah, I did not like that at all.
Yeah,
Had
that. They got that sour, whatever it is.
Well, the
that
lemon
just
ginger.
tastes like you're drinking lemon piss.
Yeah. Don't look. Triple H said it best. Don't fruit the beer. Speaking of fruited beer,
But you can grapefruit your man.
yes, you can. That is something I'll never unsee. Trenton, what are you drinking tonight?
I have lemonade and vodka tonight. My second one, because the first one got spilt on my keyboard before we started recording.
You are so basic.
It's pink lemonade, too.
No, but you have to say what kind of lemonade it is.
pink lemonade. I just said that, Adam.
No, but what kind
Wait.
of
Brand.
lemonade?
What
it
brand?
is just light lemonade. Watching my figure for the winner.
You really are a basic white girl.
Yep, that.
Oh my God, he's got a straw.
He's got a straw.
It's a
too.
fucking
Convenient straw.
And I need 3 ice cubes, please.
There should
Like 8.
there should be glow cubes in that.
If I had any, it would be fucking in there.
Tim, what are you drinking tonight?
Widow Jane. He opened up our second bottle of Widow Jane. I didn't want to do it, but
Have you looked into getting the 12-year?
what's that?
Have you looked into getting the 12-year?
I have, and I might get it. I heard it's not as good as the 10-year, though.
I don't know. I'd be willing to try the 12-year, but
I'm willing to try it. I might get it.
You've got a
next.
high recommendation on the 10-year, so
Yeah,
I
10
would
years
go
are
for
really
that.
tasty.
Adam, what are you drinking tonight?
I got the little bit left of my Russell Reserve 10-year.
Oh, the wild
It's not-
turkey.
Is that much? It's sad.
Oh man,
It's almost
That's-
empty.
that's you know what, on the whiskey tribe that Mikey and I frequent now. That is, I've seen that in a lot of recent pictures
It's yummy.
of people's collections.
It's almost gone. It's not that expensive either. I think it was like on sale for like $28 here. So
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Ought to be raining men by the end of the night.
Yeah, because I'm nearly finished with this bottle of Filibuster straight bourbon whiskey, which I made my old fashioned out of, which is really
So
good.
you're drinking an old fashioned, but you dedicate the show to whiskey sours. I'm confused.
it's okay. We all
It's-
are.
Well, I gotta confuse you, Mikey. Gotta confuse you.
See, I don't like sour mix.
You know what? I had a whiskey sour over at the Tune In Lounge a couple years ago. It's not bad. It's okay.
Just not a big fan of sour mix. I've never really liked sours.
My wife, she actually liked the whiskey sour. Like, that's one of the few times I've seen her drink whiskey.
You got to make it with a raw egg. That's the trick.
Yeah, that gets at the frothy, the foam. Mm-hmm. But tonight we have an interesting, very interesting show. Toy Story Land has not even opened. So naturally, in Three Sheets fashion, we're tearing it down. We are going to reimagineer Toy Story Land before you even had a chance to experience the amazing Slinky Dog coaster and the spinny alien ride that's been done at hundreds of thousands of theme parks across the world,
Including Disney World.
including Disney World.
Actually, I think it was done in Disneyland. In
Yeah,
this case.
it's basically going to be Tow Mater's Jamboree, the
Yeah.
Junkyard Jamboree. So we thought what better way to christen 2018 with one of our first shows of real content with an Imagineering episode for Toy Story Land. So what we did was we decided, rather than let's each go our own separate way, we divided up the land to make this more a 3-sheet style Toy Story. We didn't want to go with family friendly because, well, we are kind of family friendly, but we're not. We're somewhat family friendly. We're like PG-13 sometimes.
Sometimes R and X.
I was just gonna say, have we ever been PG-13?
our
We say
Well, you know
fuck
what?
way
Um,
too much to have a
This next
PG-13
episode
rating.
of The Walking Dead, I believe they've been cleared to drop the F-bomb 2 to 3 times during the season.
It's because they have to get people to start watching that shit again.
Well, you know, fuck doesn't get you viewers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it didn't help Dane Cook any.
Whereas family friendly is like
Eh,
that weird uncle that's
depends
at a
on who
family
you are.
function that lets the kids have a
True.
sip of his fucking flask while the parents start paying attention.
You know, that same uncle. Never mind.
Yep. See? I knew. Well, how did I know Mikey was going to be the one to say that shit?
Because I'm from Arkansas.
So for our Toy Story Land, we wanted to reimagine it as adults. Find out make it more adult friendly. Because the way it's going, I mean, you guys can kind of all agree it's
gonna be a kid
going to be
land.
very kid friendly.
Not even kid friendly. I mean, I think it's going to be non-adult friendly.
Well,
Well, I mean, you're still gonna have Toy Story Mania, Midway Mania in there.
yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy that
Pretty much.
still.
Oh yeah, I like that ride.
which is
but-
fun. I mean, the roller coaster's not going to be terrible. It looks like it's going to be a
cute.
linear induction launch roller coaster, but it's
we'll
probably
see.
only going to launch up to like 45 miles
Well,
an
let's
hour.
think it's going to be better than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train roller coaster wise.
That's
Looks like it's
'cause
going to
it'll
be better
longer.
than Goofy. Barnstormer.
No.
Yeah.
Longer is always
And
better.
higher.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I like the mine train. I freaking love the Barnstormer. I love those tiny, compact coasters. I always have. I grew up riding like the Runaway Mine Train and the small Runaway Mine Train at like Silver Dollar City and Crystal Springs, in Hot Springs, or Magic Springs. I'm used to those smaller coasters, and I just love it because you can still pack me, 40 seconds of woo. I'm there. Take
I would
my
get
monies.
I would get on Goofy's Barnstormer if I was trying to like jar a kidney stone loose or something. But other than that,
See, I went on it this last trip for the first time ever. It's not terrible. But then again, I'm doing it for my kid. And it's fun to watch him ride his first roller coaster.
See, but I grew up riding the Cyclone as a kid, like in Brooklyn. So it's like, for me, that's truly a kiddie coaster. The Barnstormer. There's just nothing on that for
No,
it. The
I mean,
line is
rather
always ridiculous.
Barnstormer or
It
the
is.
Primeval World.
It's just not worth the wait. If it's going to be an,
I mean, they're the same thing.
I don't ride either one of them
I
honestly.
don't ride either one of them.
Well, no.
love the
Except
Primeval
nobody's
is a
gonna
trend.
like this one.
This is a
Everyone's
trend
gonna
pull.
like
You
They
got to
are
ride
nowhere
one.
near the same thing.
Neither. Yeah, you're going to get a whole bunch of neither on that board.
I would take Goofy's over Primeval World every day.
Nah, I'm going Primeval World.
No
I've
way.
never ridden Goofy. I'll be perfectly honest. I had
Goofy, the Barnstormer looks like it's well engineered and well constructed. The Primeval World looks like
'cause it was
at
put
any
together by a
moment
bunch
you
of
go
fucking
flying
carnies,
off
like
into
a
the
fucking
freaking
state
skee ball
fair.
ramp, and that's why I love it.
No, I get it. I just.
But he just said that's what he grew up on.
And that's what he
going
loves
on,
about it.
So,
You guys have ridden the Arkansas Twister. You don't know what scary roller coasters are about.
no, you have to go to the Alabama State Fair and then try to ride a roller coaster. You want to talk
Six
about
Flags
scary.
over Chisholm.
USA, home of the schmoo.
The schmoo.
Look it up, Three Sheets Nation. Aaron Thorne knows what I'm talking about. Talking to you, Thorne Star.
Orange Star.
So
So what are we talking about, Scott? I got lost.
right. So we're talking about Disney's Hollywood Studios opening up Toy Story Land in 2018. So this was originally scheduled for almost a winter 2019 launch, and they really bumped up construction to have it ready for summer of 2018. And that's kind of countered with the massive closings of everything not Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror.
Now, does this have anything to do with? I mean, they're bumping up the schedule. Does it have anything to do with the other theme park that's down the road there?
No.
Universally
Universal?
known.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything
Don't they-
truly new going in there right now.
I think it has
When
more
does
to do with
Nintendo
trying
Land
to keep
open?
the load off of
Nintendo
Animal
Land
Kingdom.
hasn't even opened in Japan yet.
Yeah.
So it's not coming here anytime soon. Like,
Disney's
Okay.
gonna, as soon as Star Wars Land opens, it's gonna bear Universal.
Yeah.
Universal's gonna die.
I
See,
don't know if it'll die.
No, they'll die because you
They
have
always
a
its
lot of.
audience.
No, I think
Yeah,
they're
Universal always have its audience.
they're bumping up construction because they had to close a bunch of things prematurely, and in order to get ready for the 50th, they had to close a bunch of things prematurely, and they couldn't get this thing, or they wanted to get Toy Story Land open as soon as possible because there's really not much to do in Hollywood Studios right now.
Originally,
Well, I thought it was supposed to have almost the same time frame as Star Wars Land.
It
which
was.
2019-ish.
Originally,
Not-
and then
uh,
they basically
but- I mean, they didn't necessarily, in my opinion, they didn't necessarily have to close Great Movie Ride. There was no necessity to close that. It was still a people eater. So, yes, did they want to upgrade the ride? That's fine, I get it. But I couldn't say that was a necessity to close.
Well, I think in order to get the Mickey Railroad, Runaway Railroad, whatever it's going to be, ready for 2021, the 50th.
No,
They had
it's supposed to open before that, though.
Yeah, and it is now, but I think in order to get it ready, they had to close it now so they could get Hollywood Studios done by... They want to have Hollywood Studios completely redone by the end of 2019 or early 2020, so that they can focus 2020 and 2021 on Epcot 2.0.
Oh, yeah. See you later, Donna. Figment.
Right. So there are going to be 3 attractions. Slinky Dog Dash, which is going to be a family-friendly roller coaster. And the Alien Swirling Saucers, which is basically going to be Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Instead of some of the tractors, it's going to have the little green claw, or the little green aliens and the claw. And then obviously they're going to remove the entrance from Toy Story's Midway Mania from the front in Pixar Place, and they're going to put it in the back of the place. They're going to have a new entrance for it, new queue for it, and then it'll all be in Toy Story Land.
Which I hope they make the queue the same, because I really like that queue, actually.
I think they're just going to move the entrance.
Yeah.
I think that's why Mr. Potato Head's been down for so long. They're just going to shift things around.
Yeah,
I don't
they're
think
they're just moving the whole building entrance on the other side, and you'll queue around. Basically, you'll wrap around to the front of the building the same way you did last time. They're not. I mean, it's really not hard construction. It's literally changing
doorways.
Doorways in three rooms, 3 small rooms. The only restaurant that is going to be there right now is Woody's Lunchbox, which is basically a cool theme. It's going to be a lunchbox that is opened up, and it's going to be a quick service, counter service restaurant where you can grab food and go.
That to me sounds so hokey.
It's very hokey.
It sounds like it's something I would see in Great Adventure with just a giant lunchbox. And I already picture a giant lunchbox on its side with the lid open. And it's hokey. I don't care what anybody says.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
Well, a Toy Story quick service kind of has to be hokey there, Adam.
Yeah, but not...
I like the idea. I think it's clever.
I don't think it's going to... Do we really need another quick service?
Yes.
In a new land, I think.
Not like this, though.
I mean, I think they need a quick service, but they need more here. Like they
need more decent quick service in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, because what do you expect to get out of this lunchbox? I expect tuna fish sandwiches. I expect peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and Lunchables.
Well, Adam, one of our great hosts has
am I destroying your
decided
idea?
on a
sorry,
not at all.
okay.
No. I have a great idea. My great idea. I'm the best idea. I got the best idea.
Is it bubbled so that people can breathe underwater? Just out of curiosity.
So, I'm not sure exactly what the food will be at Woody's Lunchbox, but Minnie Baby Bell is going to be sponsoring the Woody's Lunchbox.
So cheese.
So be cheese.
I could eat so many of those fucking things. Jesus.
It's where you go to get
I think you mean
constipated.
cheeses.
Yeah.
Great
Jesus.
cheeses.
So, the concept art looks really cool. I'm sure it'll be fine. So it's going to have quick service meal, old-fashioned soda floats. That'll be nice, but again, nothing that I would run to make sure I eat at during any trip that's coming up.
But it has to.
You give me a. Go ahead, Adam.
It has to be better than the food options that they have there now.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be. I mean,
food in MGM has been awful for MGM. Sorry, Hollywood Studios.
Min and Bill's Dockside Diner.
It's been awful since it was MGM.
Yeah, pretty much. It's why I went with that. I mean, you have the one crown jewel of that whole eatery, and that's the what is it called? Brown Derby.
Brown Derby.
But other than that, you can skip on all those restaurants and really not miss much.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a different show, man.
Sydney will fight you. She loves the tune and or the sci-fi diner.
I like the sci-fi.
Not the sci-fi diner. The other one.
50s prime time?
Is it sci-fi?
No, you're thinking 50s.
She looks prime time.
See,
Oh
prime
my
time
God.
for me was the experience was fun.
And the food was meh.
The food was it was okay.
The food's
It's
okay.
diner
It
food.
wasn't
It's American
great.
diner food.
Did it make a turd?
No, probably not,
Did its
because I
job.
think I got constipated by the meatloaf. But no, that's a different story.
The food at Sci-Fi is
Needs more
good.
ketchup.
Passable.
The food at 50s
Oh, they gave me the
is
ketchup
good.
for dessert because I didn't eat my green beans.
Hollywood and Vine was excellent. I would definitely recommend that for dinner if you want to get a character meal and knock out the Fab Four.
We don't do character meals on this podcast, Scott.
I know you guys.
I've heard terrible.
It's a great breakfast.
Trenton hates character meals.
That's the show down the hall.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Look, the food
it
at
better
Hollywood
be
and Vine is
don't burn my
actually really.
bacon.
But so, really, the crux of the show is we wanted to reimagine Toy Story Land as adults. So we each took a section of the new land that we're coming up with. So this is 3 sheets Toy Story Land. So who wants to start? Let's start with, since we just bashed on food. Let's start with Trenton's quick service.
All right. So I went and looked at what I would want in food in a place like this, and sticking with the theme. I know we bash Flame Tree a lot because it's shitty. So I wanted to go with a really good barbecue place.
You're a dick.
So as you walk up, you see a really shitty old
Fuck, I should've
privacy
went first.
fence. It's an old shitty privacy fence, and you walk in, and you see to your left a giant frog with wheels, and to the right you see the giant baby head on the skeleton spider.
Oh, I know where he's going.
Oh,
with
yes.
this.
This is going to be
Sid.
Sid's backyard barbecue. And
right.
the seating is going to be all picnic tables and that backyard vibe, like Sid's shitty backyard, the clothesline running by. And, the food was where I really wanted to nail it, but I didn't want it to be too fancy and be a sit-down, quality, because you still want it to be able to be price effective. So, I went with brisket. It's Sid's, and Woody gets thrown on the grill, so I wanted to go with a Texas-style brisket.
Can I blow shit up at this restaurant?
Sure, man. And then I started
Gotta be
thinking about all the
stupid,
other... Yes, sure, whatever. All the other Toy Story characters, so I went with a grilled pork chop option.
Wow.
You can get your Mr. Potato Head fries. You can get your Mr. Potato Head salad for your sides.
Or you baked Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah, baked Mr. Potato Head.
Mrs. Potato Head salad.
The original potato head was a potato, so...
Sure. So I wanted a really good barbecue restaurant. I thought it would be a great theme to feel like you're in Sid's backyard in that scene of the movie.
Oh, God.
That creeps the shit out of me, because that would scare the fuck out of most kids.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be... just the whole... But just the baby head with the skeleton legs would creep the fuck out of me in real life.
I was an adult when I saw
never wanna
Toy
see that
Story,
in my
and
real
that
life.
creeped me out as an adult.
It's adult-fied!
You gotta have that fish hook with the legs walking around, or at least like
That's how he
it's not-
delivers his food to you. If it's anything like Trenton's other
Doll with the
restaurants.
pterodactyl head.
Yes, the fishing pole with the Barbie doll legs. Yeah.
It's Toy Story reimagined by Tim Burton's Eatery. Is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, the half of a SWAT guy on a skateboard.
So I think as an adult, it would be fun to eat in Sid's backyard. I think that's awesome.
I thought it was going to be a picnic atmosphere. It's going to keep it not lower class, but more quick servicey. So,
and you can have projection fireworks, or if someone. Or
All
some
I'm
toy blows
thinking
up every
is
and
now
then.
taking your Mr. Potato Head and putting a bottle rocket in him and setting him up.
Well, it would be amazing if you get your baked potato and it's got the eyes and the mouth and the nose from Mr. Potato Head.
The original, that's Mr. Potato Head. They used to sell you the parts,
And
and
you
you
have
used
a
to
real
play with
potato.
it in a regular potato.
You used to have to use
That
your
was
own
the
potato.
toy.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
an edible eye or something. Make it edible. I mean, it had to be out of sugar, which wouldn't really go with
Well,
potato.
Trent, you like those
Butter.
restaurants with the tracks that deliver your food.
Yeah.
You could have RC car come across the track and bring you your food.
see, they could serve RC Cola at the quick service.
No, RC Cola.
It's
no.
not good. It's not good, but it fits the theme.
Only if I get a moon pie.
Sure.
And Trenton, because it takes place in Sid's house, you can have Mrs. Nesbitt audio
Exactly.
animatronic.
So that was my other idea, was a Mrs. Nesbitt tea room, but I was like, that's probably more of a sit down.
Yeah.
That would actually be really cool.
Then I was like, what am I going to serve? Fucking cucumber sandwiches? I mean, I can't.
You could serve green tea shots.
Yeah. You know what? They're not bad. And they get you drunk!
Well, you know what? That's actually an excellent quick service restaurant that I think would do well.
As long as it's good barbecue and it doesn't go downhill like
That's
fucking
so
Flametry did.
disappointing.
Well, that was more Kansas City style, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's so bad.
Yeah, but it
They
also...
changed-
Yeah.
Everything about
It was
it.
really good homemade barbecue sauce, like house-made barbecue sauce. It was so good. And then
I would rather eat the shit out of the plastic yellow Lloyd's container now than I would Flametree.
They partnered with Kraft.
Well,
now
that's the
it's
problem.
Kraft. It's straight. It's
Now it's
literally
Kraft.
Kraft packets.
Yeah, that's the
You
problem.
don't.
They didn't partner with anybody. They brought Kraft.
First
in.
of all, you need to have that stuff in a warmer. It should. Fuck it. I'm disappointed in that.
And you know what? There might be people that listen that like Flametree. Feel free to eat there still, but being from where I'm from and eating barbecue on a regular basis that's homemade, real deal shit, I can't go there. It hurts my whole body.
I can't. Honestly, I can't do it. I can make better barbecue at my own house.
I've just got lower standards, I think,
don't
when it
cook.
comes to food.
Well, you know, my thing is, and this is my honest opinion, Disney food is fucking expensive, no matter what the hell you eat. If I'm paying that kind of price, it better be either better than what I can get at home or at least meet what I can get at home. In this situation, it does neither now. And I'm not going to spend the money on it. I'll go eat a rubber hamburger at someplace else where it's just, the line is less, it's inside and air conditioned. I mean, the whole thing with Flametree is that you went there for the food. You didn't necessarily go there for the atmosphere. It was just the stand.
There's no
exactly.
atmosphere.
Well, there is no atmosphere.
Maybe you got a fan in the corner
Right.
that would hit you, but aside from that, there was nothing.
Oh, no, forget those little birds that come over and peck at your fucking
That's where
toes
you
until you
were
throw
close
french
to
fries at them.
Yes.
Or you could just kick them.
To sit there outside in the heat eating barbecue, give me an inside fast food restaurant. Same stuff, cheaper, probably cheaper if not better prices. It doesn't make sense for me to go there.
Why they never added a dining area that was covered and inside and air conditioned like
It's covered
Restaurantosaurus?
now.
It's covered, but
it's
it's
not-
not air conditioned.
But it was never meant to be that big of a thing. They expanded it and it got crazy. And then it's no good anymore.
I think what Scott's saying, though, is why wouldn't they put one in when Animal Kingdom fucking melts your skin off when you walk
Because
inside?
I've been to Restaurantosaurus. It's good. It's not bad.
Decent. It's nothing
Yeah.
great.
Great.
Would I eat
no,
there
it's nothing
again
you're gonna write
for a
home
quick
about.
service meal? Yes.
Yeah, they've got beer.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Would I eat
no.
at Flametree again? Absolutely not.
Well, put it this way, then. So, when I was designing my restaurant, I thought, what's the best quick service in Hollywood
There is none.
Studios? And
There
Backlot
isn't.
Backlot
There is-
Express?
there-
Backlot sucks. Commissary sucks. Min and Bill's Dockside Diner sucks.
That's what I'm saying.
got me sick. I mean,
It all
no.
sucks.
I honestly, I can't think of the last quick service meal.
The Red Car Cafe is now a Starbucks. I mean,
I can't think of the last quick service meal I had at Hollywood Studios. Because I've had drinks. I've gotten drinks from like all of those
Yeah.
places. Well, not commissary, but I've gotten drinks from Min and Bill's. I've gotten drinks from Backlot. But you know what? I guess when Toluca Turkey Legs was there, that was the last quick service I got, was the turkey leg.
We usually don't eat there.
no.
The real outcome is we get a snack, we'll get a pretzel, we'll get a drink or two. We usually don't eat there, and whenever I've eaten there, it's been miserable.
The last lunch we had there was the Brown Derby, the outside thing.
We did
Fucking-
Brown Derby.
It's
lunch
amazing.
last time we were there with
Duck
Kate
con-
Marsh.
Yeah, that's Brown Derby lunch. It's so good.
Those little sliders and
Wagyu duck
what else do we
confit
have?
and pulled pork sliders are
It's just-
amazing.
But that's a signature restaurant when you're looking at that.
Yeah,
so-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sliders
We
are
actually
also
had
28
lunch,
hours.
and
They are.
the atmosphere character, the one that plays Carlotta, and the one who just passed away,
Yeah.
came in
Mimi.
and was sitting down with us for like 20 minutes and just bullshitting.
It was so much fun.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's great. It's a great area. That was the best thing they did to that restaurant was add on to the outdoor patio there. So speaking of drinks at Hollywood Studios, Adam, you were tasked to come up with a bar
All
slash
right, I
lounge.
had the worst problem with this, trying to fit this into a Toy Story because it's kid friendly, but it's an adult bar. So I kind of went a little wacky with it. And I don't know how many people remember the short with Partysaurus Rex.
Yes,
I love that
yes, I
short.
own it because Ethan loves it. Fucking love Party Source
So
Rex.
that's the theme of my bar. That's the theme of my
Oh my
lounge.
god, that's amazing.
It's basically just pretty much a fucking crazy, insane dance club. Where I mean, you're gonna have. I would love to get a sponsor to have bathtub gin
Oh, that'd
and
be awesome.
make it just for this one bar. Like have like, I mean, I know Bombay Sapphire wouldn't, but I think that would be something just fun to add in. You're gonna have the DJ booth with the little radio thing.
with the
The robot radio guy stuck on the wall.
Oh my god.
And then every 4 or 5 hours, why not have a foam party?
Yes! I was hoping you'd say that.
This is awesome.
Because
I mean, just
Partysaurus Rex takes
I
place in the
love
bathtub,
this.
so we gotta have bubbles.
that's exactly it.
I see. Now I have the Party Source Rex
It's
song
just
in my head.
it's just fun. It's something different. I would also have
They
an
got theme music
outside
for this
aspect
episode.
of this. Because, towards the end of the episode, he gets called out. At the end of the short, he gets called outside, and there's a little kiddie pool. So, you know what? Hot day, put an outside bar there. Have a little wading pool, maybe with 2-3 inches of water, just so adults can splash around. Keep the kids out of it.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
I just thought it was fun.
The
Just
best
something
bar
that,
ever.
not totally clubby, but just something a little bit different. Something to bring the adults in where it's like, you know what, kid? Go have fun on your freaking roller coaster 12 times. I'm going to go get a drink, and I'm going to party. I think this is a
That's
fun idea.
awesome.
And that was my idea for my bar lounge and my bathtub gin, because I thought that it just all fit.
I love this idea because having a kid, we have all the shorts, all of the Toy Story shorts, like Small Fry, love that one, but Party Source Rex is so much fun because Ethan has no idea what a bubble part or foam party is, but when they go in the bathtub and the captain's sinking down to the bottom, he's like, we only get 15 minutes a day, and it's just a fun short for adults to watch with
And
a kid.
when you think about, you only get that 15 minutes a day. When you're going to Disney with a kid, how much of that trip is yours? Well, this is your
Yeah,
part.
15
You know,
minutes.
you get to act like a kid, leave all your inhibitions at the door, and just have fun.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to say anything that gets more Wallace Shawn in my life, I'm in favor of it.
Absolutely.
150%. So he better be on a soundtrack on repeat, have an animatronic, I don't care what it is. Or just have him there.
Ideally, I would like
24/7.
to have some animatronics in there, like how the
They're gonna take a page out of Baseline's book.
the lights would be like the little fish toys and all that hidden in the fish toys and the lasers and all that, because the whole club atmosphere is created by these toys. So I would love to have all that represented, and Rex popping up every once in a while just to say hello. Could have freaking, and then you can have theme parties too, if you could get people in the little blow up dinosaur costumes and have wrestling and fighting.
in KY.
Oh man.
No, but you've seen the little blow up
The inflatable T-Rex.
T-Rexes.
Yeah.
Why not have a little few adult fights? Just something fun.
I love this. I love that. That is awesome. So with alcohol, you're going to need something to soak that up. So we need obviously the staple for any adult themed area is going to be some sort of signature dining or sit-down restaurant.
I didn't do signature dining because, let's face it, Hollywood Studios really is not going to call for a signature dining. But I did do a sit-down restaurant. And like Trenton, I feel the thing that's missing in Disney parks right now, aside from Polite Pig, is good barbecue. With homemade barbecue sauce. Only I did mine as Big Al's Food Barn. So the outside of the building is going to look just like Big Al's Toy Barn. You walk in, it's going to look like a giant toy store. And your servers are going to dress like Barbie and Ken. And they're going to be bringing you your food, which is a traditional barbecue with house-made barbecue sauce, not that cheap craft shit. And they're going to have an area that looks like Woody's Roundup. You have a seating area that looks like Buzz Lightyear's Galactic Star Command. You can have like a play school looking area. All right, so we have the different sections of Big Al's Food Barn. And we can have character interactions. Woody, Jesse, Stinky Pete, Bullseye.
Hold on. We get Bullseye?
You get Bullseye. I kind of cheated a little because we're going to have a section of Big Al's Food Barn that's got a bar inside, and it's going to be called the Watering Hole.
I'm getting on my Disney experience right now to get this ADR because I'm getting that Bullseye meet and greet.
And you're going to have moonshine, sarsaparilla for the kids. Everything's going to be served in mason jars. You have cowboy martinis and Pecos Punch. We have live music. We have a band. They're going to play the soundtrack.
No, except for that When She Loves Me song. Nobody needs to hear that song when
Yeah,
you're eating. No, that's 2.
Yeah, no. Nothing from Toy Story 3.
Yeah,
That's 2.
Only 1 and 2.
That's Sarah McLachlan killing
That's two? I
puppies
thought it was
again.
Toy
No.
Story 3.
Oh.
Oh.
I can't say the words I want to say right now.
And we're going to have like a real section of Pizza Planet with like real pizza, not like the shit that was before it was Rizzo's.
I would love to do a Pizza Planet that's actually like a Pizza Planet, Chuck E. Cheese style, with games and stuff.
You know, that was my original idea, but I didn't want to phone it in.
No. Like a Dave and Buster's.
That's exactly what I was
yeah.
thinking for mine originally, was like an adult version of Dave and Buster's. Like a Disney-fied version of Dave and Buster's is my idea, and I'm like, that's a cop-out. I'm not going to use that.
I think that would have been too easy. Make a Pizza Planet like a Dave and Buster's.
You're right, Tim.
Yeah, it's too easy. It is too easy. I'm actually I'll be honest, I'm 100% shocked that they didn't do that for Toy Story Land.
I wonder why they didn't do that with.
Well, because if
it would be easy for them because
Instead of
they've
turning
still
it
got
into
all the
Rizzo's.
damn games coming out of Disney Quest.
it's probably just too
yeah,
far
it's
away.
right there.
I almost want to say from a culinary perspective, it's so hard for them to put out a quality product pizza for what people want for the price that they're going to have to charge.
No, they do it at Via Napoli. They do it at Via Napoli.
And that new place in Disney Springs.
Blaze,
But
yeah.
Blaze is not owned by Disney.
No, not Blaze. Not Blaze.
Oh,
There's
the
a new.
Enzo's like pizzeria.
Enzo's is not
Yeah.
Disney
But it's
either.
different.
It's a
But
restaurant.
it's different.
group.
Via Napoli is an upscale. You can't do a
Put a
quick
restaurant
serve
group in
pizza
a
restaurant
park?
and charge what you have to charge for quality ingredients with pizza and have the kitchen equipped the way it needs to be.
So bring in a restaurant group. They do it all the time in the parks.
They're doing it downtown Disney. They're doing it in Disney Springs with Enzo's.
Right.
You're getting good quality Via Napoli pizza at quick service for
And
they're
that's what I'm
$7 a
saying.
slice.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's super expensive for
I mean,
$7.
It would have
It
to
is-
be
I would never pay it,
borderline orgasmic pizza for me to spend $7 on it.
Well, that's why I went with barbecue, because you can zhuzh up barbecue and make it good enough for a sit-down restaurant.
Did you say you can zhuzh it up? Is that is
Yeah,
that yes?
Zhuzh, you can zhuzh it up. No, that is actually gay in English.
I'm done now. I'm done.
We had
I shit you not, it actually is. It was started by, ever see that show?
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Yeah.
It was started by that show.
You had the best line. You had the, you just drop the mic on your restaurant idea. No offense, Trenton, but holy shit.
I didn't get a sit down. What are you gonna do?
You know what though? For your quote unquote quick service, you have a lot going on in it.
Hey, Satuli Canteen's pretty fucking involved.
Yeah. And it is. I mean, technically, it's a sit down because it's all inside.
Yeah.
It's charged as a quick
it takes
service.
up a lot of space.
A dual kitchen.
I could actually see the two restaurants working together because if you put
Tell him no, Trenton. He's wanting some of your money.
a dual kitchen and put some windows on the side of Big
No,
Al's food
no,
barn,
but that's
you can serve
something
the
Disney
same
would
food,
do.
It is
but, like, a
something
little bit
Disney
less
would do.
portions.
This is where they get you. This is where they get you.
And it's a cool idea, I think, that with that as well.
It is something Disney would do.
So we have a barbecue place here called Swig and Swine that they have all their smokers and all their pits and whatnot, or you can see them while they're cooking. You can see everything happening, and it's pretty awesome. I was going to go with an open kitchen, but I figured that would be too sit-downy. But that would be perfect if they were a combined idea.
No, that's you know what? That's exactly something Disney would do nowadays. Is they would say, okay, you can get this stuff here, using the same kitchen, using the same smokers, to do the smaller portions, different things over this on this restaurant on the quick service side, and then you can get this stuff over here. So it's not like you're not going to combine.
Yeah, well, that's
or you're
at
not going
the
to cross
watering
contaminate
hole.
people who want this and this, and just
You have
basically
a
say.
full. We're gonna steal some
brisket,
of
pulled pork over here,
Polite Pig's bourbon
or,
menu.
grilled pork chops over here.
And grab some of
then,
that shit for in the
you know,
park.
other stuff over here. Like this.
You go to Big Al's Toy Barn if you want a tomahawk.
There you go.
Oh, you know what though? If you're at Big Al's Grilled, you got to have some smoked cocktails.
You'd get a real peaty whiskey and add a smoked apple juice and put a jalapeno in there.
You had me up until jalapeno.
I love jalapenos.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not a big fan
jalapenos.
of
Hey, here you go. True story, right here. I grilled tonight out on the gas grills out here, and I bought myself some. I bought some just regular hot dogs, and I got me some like jalapeno cheddar smoked sausages, and I'm grilling, and I go to check them, and I open up the lid to it. I laugh even right now, and one of those sausages ruptured and shot its load all over my hand of cheddar jalapeno sauce.
Oh god!
And it wouldn't even be worth retelling the story, except as soon as it happened, Boston was down there, and he happened to not be looking at his DS, and he looked up, and he just started cracking up. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. I'm Jenna Jameson now.
Dad got shot by a sausage.
And you know what? Like any good slut, I was licking that off my hand.
In this adult Toy Story land, we do need some live entertainment. And
Oh shit! You're saving me for last.
well, you've got the
We know better because you're gonna pull up a slideshow and
Yeah.
fucking a whole Excel spreadsheet and
you've got the e-ticket attraction, man. So I'm gonna invite, kind of playing off the same area as Trenton and Tim's thematic area, which works perfectly. And amazingly, we have not discussed any of this at all with each other. But working off that, you walk down the street and you're going to welcome into Woody's western town of Cottonwood Creek. And there you're going to find the Cottonwood Creek Saloon. So this is going to be a traditional 2-story saloon. And Adam, you're going to really appreciate this. Inside, as you walk in, you're going to find the mile-long bar.
Mm-hmm.
From Frontierland way back in the day. From 1971 to like 1998, it was in Frontierland. So we're bringing back the mile-long bar where you can get over 100 different whiskeys, beers, cocktails, and then in the main theater, from park opening around like noonish is when the shows will start. To 8 p.m. Basically, it's going to set up like any other saloon in the Wild West. So you're going to have small tables, chairs, some seating area. And from open to about 7 p.m., you're going to watch Woody's Roundup. So Woody and Jesse will host, Jesse, and Bullseye will host a kids-friendly show, and it'll be fun, and it'll be entertaining for the kids while parents can drink. Because that's, I mean, look, during the daytime, parents want to drink while they're on vacation. This is a perfect way to do it. Kids have a laugh. They enjoy Woody, Jesse, and Bullseye, and we enjoy some cocktails. But from 7 p.m. to midnight, this turns into Bo Peep's Burlesque.
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. So Bo Peep is going to host a burlesque show. You're going to have those like French style can dancers, but they'll do kind of like a cabaret show, and then moving on as the night goes on, you're going to have an improv comedy style with cast members, very similar to the same cast members that you see on the streets of Hollywood or from the old Adventurers Club. So you'll have people like Meriwether Clark. He's a fur trader. He's gone out west seeking more beaver pelts. Loves to talk about his beaver pelts.
Like Winona's?
Winona's Big Brown Beaver?
Exactly.
Great song.
You're gonna have a guy like John, Wild John Cooper. He's a gambler. He's a penchant for whiskey and innuendos involving women.
You're gonna hate me. I like this idea, but
Oh no, I'm ready to play my Adam card as well,
hold on.
Adam.
I'm getting there.
okay.
You and I are on the same track here, man.
I'm getting there.
I like his idea and butts, so...
You mean he has more than one butt?
Other
All the butts.
I have many butts.
All the
Scott
butts
is
belong to
very
Scott.
cheeky.
Some of the other characters, Lady Bell Johnson, she's a socialite. Her daddy's funding her trust fund, but she's always stirring up all these kind of like troubles, asking for like votes for women and stuff.
Oh, because that'll get you in trouble.
That all the time.
Deputy Fletcher T. Olin, he's a lawman, he's a U.S. Marshal, but he's also absent-minded. He's kind of like Benny Hill. So I just thought all these fun characters, like these vaudevillian characters, would make a fun stage show for adults to go and watch at night, when the kids are asleep or when the kids are playing at Lilo's Playhouse or whatever. Finally, it finishes with Bo Peep doing a cabaret show where she's the actual finale singer. So we're gonna have like live singing at the end of it, with all the burlesque dancers. So this one runs from like 8 p.m. to midnight because as Star Wars lands open, Hollywood Studios is gonna need to stay open later than 9 p.m.
It won't.
Oh, without a doubt.
It should, but it won't.
It should,
It
and
will.
it has
It
to.
won't.
Well,
Okay.
I think there's no way it doesn't.
I agree with that. That is some good forward thinking, Scott. I'm with you on that. It should, because that Star Wars resort is going to be basically part of Hollywood Studios.
No, it's
If
going to be
you're
a separate
going to
building.
maximize-
It's going to
Well,
be
yeah, it's
separate.
separate
You're going to have a
building,
private
But
entry.
I imagine that you can probably walk right out of the doors of that building and walk to Hollywood Studios.
I want to take a.
You'll walk right into Galaxy's
Well,
Edge.
you would take out.
I want to take a shot.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get bunions.
An Imperial
Mr.
shuttle.
Adam.
But
But no, with Star Wars opening, if you're going to maximize people to be in that park and get through people, you're going to need to stay open until midnight.
well, I'm going to say as
You're
Animal
going to
Kingdom,
have to. But
their draw
Is Avatar-
for Pandora. Hear me out. The draw for Pandora at night is much greater than it is for during the day, and that park's extended hours is 9 o'clock.
It is,
I know.
When I was there in June, Pandora was open.
and
until
it was
1 in the
beautiful all freaking night.
Yes, but the thing is that was for a very limited time that it was open till 1.
Well, it was for
months.
summer hours.
That was it.
It was for summer.
During the winter months. They dialed it. At one
think-
point,
I
they
think
had it
once-
scheduled closed till at 7:30.
I think once Star Wars Lands opens up, it's going to change the dynamics of the whole park, and it's going to be open.
We'll see.
It's going to have to be open until midnight.
It should be
So-
open till
so
midnight.
this-
Will it?
So this show will run until midnight, and it'll be a fun way for adults to enjoy that sort of pleasure island.
So this burlesque show with Bo Peep, does it include her sheep?
Oh my God! Right back to
I had
Jay
to ask.
Silent Bob
Some
Strikes
people
Back.
might have been
And
thinking
now
it.
I have to-
ask.
I have
This
to
dude
edit-
said fuck a sheep. He's not one of us.
And now I have.
fucker.
Now I have to edit my butt.
Okay, Adam.
Okay.
You give me your butt, and I'll give you mine. Okay.
I
Hey,
like
hey.
the idea, but this would be. good as its own entity in old school Pleasure Island. This has nothing to do with
I
Toy
know.
Story.
Or Disney
your
Springs.
nighttime
Well, no, it does.
activity has absolutely nothing, except for your Bo Peep burlesque, which you kind of shoved in at the very end. So,
Well, no. Bo Peep is the host of the show. It's Bo Peep's Burlesque.
right, but all your other characters have.
No. They look. It's hard to. It would be impossible to get all Toy Story characters
I
through this.
totally disagree.
These are residents.
You want to
these
have
are
you have
residents
Barbie. You'd have
Carry
The
on.
fishing pole with the sexy legs.
You have the strong man.
You could have strongman. You have circus.
you probably
You have
could.
circus toys. You can make it a circus freak thing.
Yeah.
It can be hosted by Mr. Potato Head, and you can make a bunch of dirty jokes.
There you
the whole
go.
time.
I mean, you just.
But you know what?
It's not
Can't
Toy
do that
Story
because
enough for
Don
me. I'm
Rickles
sorry.
is dead, and you can't.
Yeah.
Voice anybody
It's
else.
all made up.
My
anyway,
thought is
too.
this:
Fucking shit
the
on phone.
can I think is okay because it just pushes the envelope enough, but holds back to where it'd be accepted. The can, yes. The burlesque, maybe not so much. Just
Get Betty.
Well, I'm not thinking like pasties.
no.
Burlesque. I'm
I
thinking
know,
more like
but it's like can
I was hoping for
dancing
some
is
pasties and
that is an art form. That is an acceptable thing. I'm with it. My propellers, okay. But no, I
It's just not Toy Story for
I
me.
mean,
That's my issue.
as soon as you started, I was thinking, "Oh my God, I'm going to be the Adam
I was
of this
trying to feel
segment,"
it.
and just basically say, "Here's why it doesn't fit
I know.
for my Toy Story land." And and I understand you're wanting to bring adults in and stuff like that, but damn it, man, you said, "Here's my entertainment," and you let off your entertainment with Adam's whole thing about a place to drink.
I like it.
Well, no, because you're in a saloon, so you've got to have a bar. Like I said, this is basically a theater with a bar in the back. Because I mean, you're gonna want to drink while you're watching the show.
I'm going to want to drink as soon as I get on the fucking bus.
So is Beer Garden entertainment or is Beer Garden a restaurant?
Beer Garden's
Beer Garden's a
both.
restaurant with entertainment.
Well, there's food there, so it's a
My
restaurant.
is with entertainment.
It's a restaurant, but it's.
Yeah.
Is Scott not gonna have drinks and food?
No food, just drinks.
I think you almost have to buy Lobster food.
Yeah.
Oh, then
gotta
yeah, I
switch
guess.
it
Oh
up.
well, hell.
I guess yeah, small bites, corn dog nuggets, that kind of
If
stuff.
it's
Corn
Dog nuggets, Slinky dog nuggets.
Well, those might be something totally different.
No, they won't.
Look, maybe you guys are right. Bring in some of the Toy Story characters as like performers of the vaudevillian show.
because it almost sounds almost Westworldy to me. If you ever seen that series,
Oh well, hang on.
But that's kind of what I want to
love
do
that
is
show.
like bring back a little bit of like Tombstone and like the Birdcage Theater.
but that it doesn't belong there. Then
hang on, Adam. Are you
like
creating
it.
a Westworld theme park? Because I'm
that would
so
be
in.
freaking awesome. I'm down for
I
that
would-
10,000%.
For that.
I mean, I'm there just for Thandie Newton,
Oh, I will. Oh,
Nonstop.
That show is so awesome.
and
I'm there for just legally shooting robots.
Scott. If you haven't seen that, it is an outright crime.
I've never watched it. I've wanted to.
You need to see this as
You need
as
to
a
watch
as a
that.
lover of fantasy and escapist fantasy
And sci-fi?
You need to see this. No, I'm
I'll
serious.
have to give it a shot.
It's
I'll-
Anthony Hopkins. Some of his best work, I think.
Oh my god, he's so
absolutely.
amazing.
And the token black
I
guy
love Sir Anthony.
from Hunger Games,
Yeah.
who played
Yeah.
the same role in Hunger Games.
pretty
as
much.
he
Oh my god,
plays
you're
in-
right. Shit, you're right.
But more importantly, it important because I'm giving myself up.
Wait,
It's
important?
got McPoyle
What do you
from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's got the McPoyle guy in it who plays basically. It's got Cyclops, son of a bitch,
It's got Ed Harris. I mean, you can't go wrong with
It's
it.
Milk
it has
Money.
an amazing.
or Enemy
Yeah.
at the Gates if you want something a little better.
So, listeners, this is our easy way of transitioning you to telling you that we're going to start being a Westworld
No,
podcast.
there's
instead.
only
No,
one.
no.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Listen, if anything, we could
Well, most
totally
of
be
this
like
is
a
getting
pop
cut.
culture, film, movie, whatever podcast in a heartbeat, like just a flick of a switch. But we're not.
Look, we don't need it. We don't need 7 podcasts. We're not going to be the Red Rocket podcast now. Adam, I'm definitely gonna take that. I would definitely take that suggestion and bring some of the characters from Toy Story into the show.
Combat Carl.
And yeah, Combat Carl always finds a way. But yeah, definitely bring those into the show. Maybe they could be putting on the burlesque show and be putting on the vaudevillian show.
It would make more sense to me.
I just remember having so much fun at the Adventurers Club, and there's not something like that now.
But it wouldn't fit there. I would love to see a version of the Adventurers Club in Star Wars Land.
Oh my god!
Easy. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and lower that another show, guys.
Because I said Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
Anytime we invoke the Star Wars, it turns into a 3-hour podcast.
And a fight. And
does.
at least
And a
one fight.
Oh my god.
And it leads to us gang up on Trenton, and we don't want to do that.
Yes. So, long-awaited debut for our e-ticket attraction of Adult Toy Story Land. I'm going to turn the reins over to Mikey because Mikey's got a 3-hour presentation ahead of him with blueprints, schematics, PowerPoint, scored music, and character backstories on backstories on backstories on backstories.
He took Mickey 1 out and flew over
He did.
the Hollywood studios to survey the land and to make sure this ride would
Dude,
fit.
I've already had balloons up so I can check sight lines, okay?
The thing that's scaring me is every time we say Adult Toy Story Land, it's sounding creepier and creepier and creepier.
does.
Well, you know, like
It almost sounds like there should be a pig pussycat store somewhere in there.
you've got two characters named Woody and
Or
Buzz.
Adam and Eve. It's sponsored by Adam and Eve. .com.
Get all your favorite ass jams there.
Ass
Don't forget Bo
jams?
Peep.
Ass jam.
And some wooden spoons to lick.
Hey, you can get a 3-headed sheep there.
You can get the I love
A
you.
three-eyed alien.
You can get Bo Peep's blow up
You
sheep.
can get the blow up sheep called an I love you, EWE. Yes, you can.
So, Mikey, what is our e-ticket attraction going to be for the Toy Story Land for adults?
A lot like your idea, I went with titties and beer, mostly.
Well,
And a mile-long
good.
bar.
A mile-long
got
bar, a lot
mirrors.
of coyotes to dance on it. No, my attractions. Hollywood Studios doesn't. They what do they have? They have like 2 thrill rides. I mean, do you call Star Tours a thrill ride? It's a
Yeah.
motion
Depends on
theater.
who you are.
it's still thrilling.
So thrilling. To me. I mean, we're Star Wars geeks, so to me it's thrilling.
No, I
I finally became the Rebel Spy, but they don't sell the shirts for adults anymore.
He was so pissed off. We looked all over for it. Oh, my God.
God damn it! I want my T-shirt.
I love the ride. I love Star Tours, but it's. I don't know. I'm the same guy that says I don't think Mission Space Orange is a thrill ride because you walk in and out the same fucking door.
And also, no one rides it because it's like going to fucking space in a goddamn coffin, and it makes you want to die.
I ride it because I'm a beast and you're not.
I love it.
I almost threw up.
I love orange.
Me and my wife
I love
rode it,
Mission
just
Space
the two of us, had our own space shuttle. We completed every freaking mission that Lieutenant Dan was throwing at us.
And some additional positions, I take it, too.
Hey, easy.
got new
When you get pinned to the back of the seat, it's a whole lot of Kegel exercises. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a
Can't really thrust.
it's a whole new world in zero
It's a whole
G.
lot of just, squeezing the banana. So my idea, I looked at what's in Hollywood Studios right now. I looked at what's in other parks. And with the addition of Flight of Passage, I mean, it's like everything's been done. Even if you try to do something cool that involves projection and some innovative harness system or something, it's like, oh, okay, that's Flight of Passage. Or, oh, okay, that's just Soarin', which Flight of Passage is just Soarin', but, ratcheted up like 10 more years with the current technology we have available to us. So it's like, I thought, what's missing from Hollywood Studios? Hollywood Studios doesn't have, and I'm thinking right now, they don't have a single, with the exception of, the Slinky ride that's coming. There's no getting away from it because they've already got tracks laid. Pretending that doesn't exist, Hollywood Studios doesn't have an outdoor thrill ride. Unless you count trying to get out of Phantasmic.
Or when the windows open on Tower of Terror.
That's not really outdoor.
That's...
No, you know what, Mikey?
You're right. I never thought about that. You never noticed that. Nothing is outdoors in Hollywood Studios.
Same with
nothing.
Epcot.
Same at Epcot. Unless you count that window on Frozen when you can see everybody going down the waterfall.
The section of track in Test Track when you're outside doing 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Which is the only part of Test Track worth riding. I mean, I'd ride that
Pretty
shit
much.
for 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's the only part. Yeah.
Give me some more laps, Earnhardt. Anyway.
The Dale Earnhardt Senior experience.
So, I don't think that's the experience.
No, poor taste.
We saw that ended.
Poor taste. That doesn't end well.
It ends quick.
But the original part of that ride was you were the test dummy getting hit into the wall, and then the wall opens up and you get out in the track.
It was just a Test Track 1 is over Test Track 2, hands down, period. I don't care what anybody says.
Absolutely.
My attraction is going to be located in a pretty close proximity to Trenton's quick service. All right? Because I would recommend probably riding mine first and then going to eat. You definitely want to get a fast pass for Sid's space program. Now, if you remember from the first Toy Story that came out in 1908, Sid was pretty confident that he could shoot them toys off into space there, strapping, Buzz Lightyear to a rocket and what have you. So, that's kind of what my whole ride's themed around. First off, the queue is going to be the total opposite of everything that's fun and friendly about every other Toy Story attraction on property. It's where you have, everything is bright and cheerful at Midway Mania, or even the Buzz and Woody meet and greet. You kind of have a little tongue-in-cheek, where you get strapped to the little rocket with like big fat Velcro or whatever. No, my shit's gonna terrify you. I'm thinking when you walk in, you enter from outside, you go into an interior and indoor queue, and it's like really dark with a few pinpricks of light coming from overhead. And the longer you're in there, your eyes kind of gradually adjust to it. You realize that the ceiling is kind of misshapen. It's not flat. It doesn't necessarily move, but it kind of flows. And in the background, you can kind of hear Sid, talking to himself. And you have shadows that pass across the ceiling and that cover up those pinpricks of light because you can tell someone's walking around on the outside of whatever you're inside of. And as you go through this queue, because I'm expecting this thing to have like a 5-hour wait, like, Avatar, you realize that you've been in a bag. It's on the floor. And you exit the queue, you realize that you're actually inside of Sid's that red shed from his backyard. Okay, you're like a bag that was on the floor, and you walk out and you see like destroyed toys. You see appendages laying around, arms and feet, and like freaking doll's eyes that when you get up close to them, they blink, on their own. Because we've all seen those dolls. They're kind of creepy. You stand, you hold them vertical. Their eyes are open. You lay them down, their eyes close. And I still don't understand the physics of that. And it always creeps me out. So I'm thinking, you've got these creepy doll's eyes, the black eyes like a doll's eyes. And they just kind of blink.
Thanks, Quinn.
Thank you. On their own. And all these bits and pieces are life-sized because you're toy-sized. And it's kind of more, but it fits in with Trenton's theme, and that's kind of what I was going for. I was like, Trenton's got good ideas. I'm gonna work all this together. Okay, not as good as Tim's, but still, it's a good idea. and I'm gonna piggyback off of it, like any good mooch would. So, you look around and you see all these appendages and you see all this stuff and you're like, holy shit, this is terrifying. And you still see this shadow passing around, because you see like I'm going to say it's like a projection almost, like the door is cracked at the far end of the queue. And every once in a while you see a shadow move across of it, and you always hear Sid's ridiculous voice going on because he's scheming with his braces and his huge fucking chipmunk cheeks. I don't understand why Pixar made his cheeks look like that. Don't make any sense. But I think the best part of this, short of the ride, because the ride's gonna be phenomenal, but I want the cast members that help you into the ride vehicle, I want their costume to kind of look like it's mismatched, almost like they may have pants on one leg and like half of a skirt with tights on the other, or shorts and tights on the other, so it looks like they have two different kinds of legs. Sid is all about, mixing and matching pieces and stuff like that. And I want them to look like they're haggard and worn down and filthy and just looking rough, and I want all of them to have this 1,000-yard stare, like they never really look you in the face. They just got a look on their eye like they have seen some shit. Okay, I want that whole thing going on, and because of all these cool little, I say little, but they're life-size, like arms and legs and shit from all these other toys, I'm thinking you can hide some Easter eggs in there from other Disney movies that had merch put out for them, And hell, why not put like some Star Wars toy stuff in there? Frickin' a life-size lightsaber hilt that's been damaged and broke up or something like that. Just something cool, because I don't want this to be an interactive queue necessarily. I just want it to be able to hold a lot of people and have cool shit to look at. But yeah, okay. So you get through the queue, and there's the ride vehicle. And basically, when you get to the ride vehicle, it's kind of you get into it and you lay on your back, which is a little bit different from most ride vehicles, unless it's prom night, in which case it's the norm. But you get in there, you lay on your back. It's kind of a padded kind of thing. It's mostly shaped in the shape of a body, kind of to kind of help hold you in place, or whatever. And you lay down. The cast member comes over and seems a little too eager to get your restraints put in place. Kind of. I want them to play that part up. Like they're really excited to get you in this vehicle and get you secured. But you also have it comes across your midsection and comes down under your crotch area to keep your jewels intact, and then something comes across your ankles. So basically, you're bound and gagged up, in this vehicle. And the cast members, like I said, all too happy to be doing this. They've all read 50 Shades of Grey. So you're on your back and you're staring at the ceiling of this shed, and in the background you still hear Sid stomping around, because I really want to play this part up, that he's in charge of everything that's going on. And you hear him cheering after the sound of like a rocket taking off, but then like as soon as it takes off and he cheers, it pops, and he gets all pissed off and he's all stomping around. He's angry, he's screaming like angry kid stuff, but not quite swearing, because he's only like 13. And that's when you realize that the ride vehicle you've been strapped onto is kind of like the top third of a model rocket. Okay? It's not like the full rocket, but it's like like I said, the top third, and the vehicle is kind of curved to match the curve of the rocket, but not completely, because Jesus, you don't want to be on the outside of that and be laying on your side. Okay, you still want to be kind of sort of flat. But that's when you realize that you've basically been strapped in because of these treacherous toys that sold your ass out to keep themselves alive. As long as they keep putting the new toys that come out of the bag on these rockets, they don't get blown up. So once you're all hooked up and everybody's in place, then the audio cue kind of changes a little bit, and you kind of hear Sid running into the shed saying, "Oh, look, there you are. Hope you're not afraid of the dark." And the vehicle kind of transitions and moves you into like this big tunnel, which is basically kind of like a tube. And at the end of the tube is like it's either a projection or an LCD. I don't know, whatever. I'll leave that to the people that count beans. But you've got Sid peering down the tube, and just like this big close-up of his eyeball, and he's taunting you the whole time. And basically he's talking about, he's happy you volunteered to be part of his experiment for the experimental launch tube. And you're attached to, rocket Alpha 113, and he's ready to put you on the launching pad. And when he does this, you kind of feel the ride vehicle move because it transitions from being horizontal to vertical, which means you go from laying on your back to being, supported vertically. And that's when he starts counting down. He gets to 0. He, shoots the button or whatever, and like this tube fills up with some smoke, and using the same kind of magnetic, propulsion technology that's on Rock and Roller Coaster, except obviously we're going to have to come up with something that's really awesome for this. I want it to shoot you out of this tube, and you basically go out of this interior queue. You get shot out to outside, and the track goes up and turns 90 degrees, which basically means you go up, and next thing you know, you're on your back looking up at the actual honest-to-God sky. You have no idea what the hell's going on. And then it kind of starts turning you around and dropping you straight back down, and you go into a twist. So you're basically being supported by the track. It's like an inverted kind of thing, but you're looking at the ground, and you kind of go through this whole swirly thing in Sid's backyard. You're doing some loops, you're doing some inversions, you're doing some twists. You got the picnic table you're going to go through and all this shit. And on the ground, you'll have all the toys that he built, that he mangled, from Toy Story 1. Well, the ones that aren't being used in Trenton's,
Toy Story Run,
serve.
It's now Cannibal Run.
Toy Story Run. It's more like a Mario Kart game, really. Let me take another
I like that
swig
idea.
of my... Okay,
It sounds painful.
Now my mind's right. Oh no, I want this to hurt. My idea for this whole track system is you go up and you come backwards and you're facing the sky, and then as you start going down, you go into a little twist, so you're underneath the tracks, and then I want you to go into an outside loop because those suck. And then when you come out of the outside loop, I want to twist so you go right into an inside loop. So you have two different feelings of G-forces pressing your body. And I want you to be able to...
standing up?
Well, no. You're being hung off the track. When it launches you're in a standing kind of position. But from all...
It's like the Superman ride at Six Flags.
Except I want you to be able to taste your
That
taste.
ride had to be the most uncomfortable ride I ever rode in my life.
That's what I'm shooting for.
I'm not saying yours would be.
No, it would be.
I passed out on that ride.
Because you got this business holding your crotch in place. But what I want is I want you to go through all of Sid's backyard with, and you're still attached to this rocket, and whatever it takes to make smoke go out the ass end of it, whatever. But toward the end of all this, swirling through the grill and the picnic table, whatever, your rocket starts losing altitude, and you start going down, and you're going down toward the picket fence between Sid and Andy's house. And as you go down through that fence, you're still looking at the sky, and you're looking at the fence because you're going down from looking at the sky to look at the fence. The track's going to do one more slight inversion, so you're hanging underneath it, and then you go right through a gap in between the fences, 90 degrees to the surface of the earth. The whole point is, when you come out the fence, you're going to be on your back looking at the sky again. Okay? So as this ride comes to a close... you are 10 toes up, laying on your back, coming to a halt, and I have it envisioned in my head as it slows, like the braking system, like slows you down and then lets you go, and slows you down and then lets you go, because you're still descending a little bit, and like the dirt's built up around you. So as you kind of descend, it looks like you're carving into the dirt. As you go down and you come to a stop underneath, like a plant, a palm frond, some type of whatever. And when you come to a complete stop, there's a life-size animatronic of Buzz Lightyear looking down at you. and he's basically telling you that they've been watching what's going on over there. He commends you for your intelligence and your ingenious plan of escape from Sid, as well as your ace flight ability, and then calls on some help from the little green Martians to help pull you to safety. At which point you end up being dragged, because the whole thing stops like right at almost like the crawl space of Andy's house, and the Martians drag you inside. You get out of the rocket. The cast members welcome you to Andy's house where you're safe. You walk up a little ramp, and then you exit into the gift shop. You go through like a mouse hole into the gift shop, and right around the corner is a great place to get some barbecue if you're in a hurry.
I want to ride this.
Me too.
This ride scares the shit out
This
of me
would be
just
the most
thinking about
thrilling
it.
ride on property.
And that's why I want to ride
Period.
this.
This would make me throw up everywhere. And I'm not one to usually get sick on roller coasters, but for some reason when I did that Superman ride, that fucked with my equilibrium so bad I had to sit down for a good 20 minutes afterward.
I want to ride it just to go from the outside loop right into an inside loop.
Nope, no pass. Sorry. I'm good with upside down. Not going to do this one.
I'm totally into this because, one, Disney... Look, I don't want Disney to turn into Six Flags, but Disney doesn't have a super thrilling roller coaster. I mean, other than Rock and Roller Coaster.
See, but Rock and Roller Coaster's not... You see, here's... Disney World does it.
I think Space Mountain is more thrilling than Rock and Roller.
I agree with that. But Disneyland, that Scream coaster is awesome.
California Scream.
Which is going to be renamed something with the Incredibles.
Coaster. Like Tim and I ride coasters.
True.
We go to Dorney, we
Rock and Roller
go to
Coaster.
Hershey just to ride the coasters. It's a nice long looping coaster. It's an awesome ride. But this
It is a good ride. We don't have that.
No, we don't. But Mikey explained is too extreme for me. I'm not gonna lie. I will be sick.
I'm totally down for this because like
It's the doll's eye, isn't it? It's that blinking doll's eye.
It's the whole ride vehicle lying down on my back with the freaking... Because if you ever rode Superman, that harness just fucking digs into your sternum and pushes on your stomach.
They don't want you to fall out.
No, I understand that.
It looks
but,
bad
like,
if people actually Superman on Superman.
I agree, but when you're going through the G-forces and that thing pushes down on your stomach, you're about ready to lose your lunch if you're not
That's why you follow up my ride with a trip over to the
not if you're doing
whatever the
loop-de-loops.
hell Trent called his. What'd you call yours, Trent?
It was Sid's backyard barbecue.
Sid's backyard barbecue, which actually doesn't make sense because why would you go back into his backyard?
Wow.
well, after that, I don't think you would.
No, because after that, people are throwing up all over the backyard.
Trenton, you've
look,
ruined my
I
ride.
think-
I hope you're happy.
I honestly think this would be a good ride for Hollywood Studios because Hollywood Studios has the only two thrilling rides on property. Really, the real extreme rides on property with Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster.
See, but do you feel Everest?
Everest is definitely up there, but it doesn't go upside down like Rock and Roller.
There's no inversions.
But then you can call Tower of Terror, which is a totally controlled drop and elevating experience, a true extreme ride, man.
Yeah, because I've seen some of the faces on Tower of Terror's photo.
That's just people
flash things.
That doesn't. People scream on.
I've
the
seen some people who look like they're about to die.
Do I need to pull my pictures up again from 2015?
Yes, but I've also seen kids cry during Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and people are horrified on that.
I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about grown adults.
You know, my first
With the
idea
sheer terror
for a ride,
in their face.
My first idea for a ride was a blend of Tower of Terror and Star Tours, as though you're like a toy getting plucked from the crane in a toy thing and have that whole thing. But the more I thought about it, I was like, Tower of Terror has been done and Star Tours, they're all in the same fucking park, so I just need to
No,
do
no,
it.
I like this.
That's actually Guardians of the Galaxy now in Disney.
Exactly. That was.
I
I was
wanted
also
to
kind of
do
thinking
Guardians so
that's kind of
bad.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So I went this route, and I thought, I give Disney props for putting a second coaster into Hollywood Studios. Slinky, I'm probably going to end up riding it because I like those milder. I like the milder coasters, but.
We're all going to end up riding.
What I've got envisioned, like Scott said, it's more of a Six Flagsy kind of coaster because it's something that, theme park reviews is going to come and be like, let's try this roller coaster. It's going to be badass. In that same
I wouldn't call it badass. It's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable, but it's not going to be like, you're not going to get off that ride and be like, oh my God, that was amazing. I felt like I'm alive.
The height requirement is going to be 40 inches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I don't want kids
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah, it's going to be low.
Because
Actually,
when you get off, you're going to go
what
to the burlesque show and look at titties.
What is Mine Train?
Motorboat.
38?
Motorboat.
Is Mine Train 38?
Couldn't tell you. I'm big enough to ride it, so I don't pay attention.
True.
We don't have anybody that's
Yeah,
little
I
enough
don't
to
have
not ride it.
kids,
So
so
I
All
don't
of my
give-
kids
yeah.
can get on it, so I'm just like, let's ride everything except the ride that I envisioned because apparently you got to be 5 feet 3 inches tall. Sorry, Scott, to ride it.
Your ride will probably have to be like 7 foot tall.
No. And if you want something more thrilling, I'll get rid of 2 of the restraints.
No, Seven Dwarfs is 38, so Slinky Dog is probably going to be 40. Mikey's is definitely going to be like 54.
I want someone getting off of this and barfing up a Mickey waffle.
I like bringing a Cedar Point style coaster into the park because there's the reason people go to Universal is because they have more thrilling rides. This is a way to draw some of those people back to Disney to get I don't want to just go to Disney and be like surrounded by kiddie rides. This is our way to get those people back. Have a real adult coaster. Have an adult themed land.
See, I have the exact opposite fear. And it has nothing to do with that, but I don't necessarily want the Six Flags crowd in my Disney parks.
They're already there.
I mean, we get it, and everybody complain. I'm not saying me, because I love the drunk people at Epcot. I think it's the funniest street atmosphere you ever see in your life. But as people complain about the kids getting too drunk and the adults getting too drunk and the foul language.
Wait, the kids
getting too drunk?
Teenagers, I'm saying. Like early
okay.
like 20s, the ones who can't handle their alcohol.
None of my
21,
kids can
22.
handle their liquor, so I know where you're coming from, Adam.
Like the 21-year-olds, the ones who truly can't party. I'm not saying, like, the ones who can't handle their alcohol where they're on vacation and they forget who they are. And they're cursing and they're dropping the F-bomb and they're throwing up in the bushes. I don't necessarily need that in Hollywood Studios. I don't necessarily need that kind of... I don't need the people that our local Six Flags attracts coming to Disney.
Well, I think the difference, though, is that your local Six Flags ticket's around $60.
Oh, no, they're not. Oh, no, they're not.
Really?
Oh, not.
What is Six Flags?
Great Adventures is-
Great Adventure.
I think 80 or 90.
80 or
Really?
$90.
Is it really?
Yes.
Shit, I'm going to Dallas, guys. I'll see y'all later.
I want to say, I'll look it up real quick if I can pull it up. But
Six Flags?
is
Granted,
ridiculous.
last time I went to Six Flags was in the 90s, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm
with
going to make
me.
my own Toy Story land with blackjack and hookers.
There he goes. He had to say something off of a GIF.
It's
GIF?
That's not a GIF. It's a meme. And
Meme? It's a meme?
Yeah, right.
It's a meme.
That's how I would expect fucking Scott to say it.
It's a Mimi, like on the Drew
It's
Carey
a
show.
meme. It's a meme.
They're $77 for general admission.
That's not that bad.
For Great Adventure, the park looks like shit. When was the last time
Of
you...
course it
I mean...
I haven't been to Six Flags since 2007. And that was Six Flags
Last
St.
time
Louis.
I think we were there was 2005 or 6.
First of all, I've lived in New Jersey for, I'm going on my 9th year now. No, my 10th year. and I've never been to Six Flags Great Adventure.
Really? You
Yeah,
should go just to check it out. If you like roller coasters, you should go to just check it out. But
My sister-in-law is always wanting me to go, and I'm like, oh, it's just Six Flags.
Just go during the week, not on the weekend.
Yeah.
I think you would enjoy Hershey better. That's just my personal opinion on that.
Six Flags Over Texas is $63.
I've been to, Mikey, I've been to Six Flags Over Texas.
I'm sure you have because you lived here.
Yes, when he went to the London, or was it the England?
The England.
No, he was flying to the London out of the St. Louis when he stayed in the Texas.
Okay.
No, it was when I lived in the Colleyville. As we look, I think honestly, Toy Story Land is going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable.
It's going to be cute.
It's going to be cute. But I think ours is better. I would like to see this adulted up just a little bit. So maybe Disney, as you're listening to this, Bob and Meg.
Bob, I've already got my ride built in a 3D SketchUp model programs. Just call me.
He does.
906.
So
406.
Bob, and Meg, if you're listening, take a little advice and just adult this up real quick. Find a way to adult it up.
And Meg, send nudes.
What you really need is a huge shopping area, because while all the guys are in Star Wars Land, most of the wives with the kids are going to be stuck in Toy Story Land. And
Toy Story Land, yeah.
All you need is a nice department store, and you'll be all set for.
Well, even I'll tell you what. Even if you put a couple years ago, Sunglasses Hut made their way to Magic Kingdom. Put a Sunglasses Hut in Toy Story Land. Put like a Sephora in there, and you'll make a lot of money.
If Starbucks doesn't go in there and theme it somehow to Star Wars, they are freaking
They will
missing
never
out.
do it.
Do not
Then-
put a Starbucks
do
in
it.
Star Wars Land. Or I will fucking.
They cannot put a Starbucks in.
Shit.
No. First of all, Starbucks would never get behind it, because it's
Well-
too limited of a. I worked for Starbucks. It's too limited of a drink menu for one location.
But Mikey, the Star Wars fans, they're not into. They're not going to do coffee. things.
You know what? I'm going to call bullshit on that.
No, I call bullshit on that too, because they'll do coffee things, but there's this one French press that I want, which is R2D2, and that's all
God.
the coffee thing. I will kill for that. I really want it. I can't find it anywhere, but that's besides the point.
I'll stick with my $5 French press from IKEA.
I have a $20 one, but I really want the R2D2 one. Anyway, I don't care. But the thing is that in order for that to work, it can't be Starbucks. I don't want Starbucks in there. Same thing.
it's just-
I don't want Starbucks in Pandora. It's the same kind of situation. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, it's $50. I will never spend that kind of money on it.
He literally just described that, Trenton. Scott, the
I will
thing
never
about
spend that
Star
kind of
Wars
money on
is if
myself.
you
That's just who I
attach
am.
anything to Star Wars fans are going to buy it. I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan. My wife has her tubes tied, but you put Tauntaun condoms in the gas station bathroom, I'm probably going to give you 75 cents for one.
Like, does it look like? Is it?
But Mikey,
You
at the
have
end,
to-
Tauntauns get
You
sliced
would need
open.
the size of a Java, and that's the end of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the beginning. I just need the end of it, Adam.
But no, I'm excited for Toy Story Land. I just wish it would be a little bit more like this is a kids area. And don't get me wrong, Hollywood Studios needs more kid-friendly stuff.
They just
There's
need
not
more
much there.
stuff.
They do need more stuff.
It's a bunch of buildings that aren't being used for jack shit.
And this is a good way to get more stuff in
Well,
there.
they started
So,
tearing down some of the buildings, actually.
yeah, a lot of them. But this is a good way for them to get a little more stuff in there. It's fine. It'll be fun. But hopefully maybe they expand on this as time goes on and make, have a bar. I mean, like, just have somewhere where you can get drinks.
I think that's why we got Tap Line first.
Probably.
Baseline?
Baseline, tap line. I call it tap line because it's all beer. And they have a wine tap.
It's
so
also
I'm
called
sorry.
the Baseline Tap House, so it's easy.
It's close. I'm just combining all the names.
I will say I do like part of Scott's idea about having some type of a comedy vaudeville kind of thing. I think something like that would probably go over okay in Hollywood studios. It's a show, but it's something. If it's comedy and it's more geared toward the problem with Disney though is you can't start slapping age restrictions on anything inside of a park. I think that's where you're going to have a huge problem. You can do it at Springs, you can't do it in the parks.
I mean, do we all kind of feel that this is going to be a little bit of Magic Kingdom inside Hollywood Studios?
Yep.
Fantasyland.
No. I honestly feel that it's going to be more along the lines of an Animal Kingdom kind of hokey
Well, it's going to be like original
system.
Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking more along... I'm thinking more along the lines of Hester and Chester's area. I'm sorry, I don't think that we're going to get this highly themed, highly developed Toy Story area. I think we're going to get some theming with half-assed carny rides at the end of the day.
I said yes to your question, Scott, and after Adam's compelling argument, I'm going to agree with him. Especially with the moving up of the deadline to be finished, I feel like it's going to be very watered down.
Yep.
That was my fear. The whole point of this was you were going to be shrunk down to the size of a toy, and you were going to go into Andy's backyard, and there was going to be these houses where you would go through, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're the size of a toy. There's Lincoln log buildings. I just feel like I do. I feel like Adam's right. This is going to be theming with some mediocre rides.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take all the shit from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and just scatter it around the land.
It's not even Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, though. It's Hester and Chester's. It's rides that have already been built. It's all prefab stuff. It's stuff that they already have. The roller coaster they didn't really design for this. They outsourced it.
It's Vakima.
Right. We already have the claw ride in Disneyland. It's just different theming, probably different music.
I think limiting it to just Toy Story instead of making it really a Pixar land is probably what gets them, because you can do more if you encompass all of Pixar.
I definitely agree.
I
know that the Radiator Springs Racers is pretty much just like a 2-lane test track, kind of.
No. Absolutely not.
No. It's better.
Way
It's
better.
better. It's way better theming.
And the
ride itself is way better.
No, I mean, from riding this ride, this is what Disney does at its truly best. It transports you someplace else. This attraction truly does that. And I don't think we're going to get that from what's coming in Toy Story Land.
No. There's no way.
No. And it's going to be a letdown. But you are in this ride, it transports you, it takes you there, and I don't see that feeling from anything that they're showing right now for Toy Story Land.
I mean, I'll say that the Slinky Dog Dash track looks good. It looks pretty thrilling. It looks like it's going to be a linear induction launch, which is fun, but then at the same time, you have like a 20-foot high Jessie standing on some blocks at the top of your apex, and it just seems weird. It just seems forced, right?
It's a carny ride.
Yeah,
it's Hester and Chester's. It's one of those coasters where prime example, if you took this coaster and replaced it with Goofy, would it matter? That's what I mean.
It's a ride built by a conglomerate, Mack Rides, that builds rides all over the world. I mean, they build Six Flags rides. They build Universal Studios Japan. They build everything. It just seems like
it was not Imagineered.
No.
Period.
No.
It was bought. It wasn't Imagineered. That's what
It was
this
bought
right
and
is.
then Imagineered.
It was bought and themed.
Or plussed up.
Yeah.
In this situation, plussed.
Which is what Dinoland was. That's
Exactly.
It's not something that anybody that's over the age of 15 is excited about.
Probably not.
I want to walk through it. I want to see what it looks like, but if it's not done right, I'm going to be disappointed.
So, thank you all for joining us this week on Three Sheets to the Mouse. If you enjoy the show, head over to iTunes, write up a review of the show. It's the best way for other Disney fans to find the show. If you want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, we're at Three Sheets Podcast. But the best way to join our discussion and catch some of the live shows is to head over to www.facebook.com/group/3sheets. That's where you can become part of the Three Sheets Nation. You can share your in-park pictures, share how you keep it Disney at home. And if you have friends that love Disney, invite them. Because Tony Stevens, he just invited 2 people. And they're going to get welcomed in right now. Sandy Adcock Hawkins, Emily Nicole Hawkins, welcome to Three Sheets. We're gonna add you in here in the group. Go over to facebook.com/group/3sheets. That's where you'll have a lot of fun. And I hope I am speaking for my other co-host here, is that Facebook is the only way that you're going to get some of our upcoming live episodes midweek that will not be released on podcast, that will just basically sit here and talk Star Wars or talk just rubbish.
Mostly the
Or
rubbish,
have drunken
I think.
conversations in New Year's that I don't remember having.
So we will do some live streams during the midweek that will not be posted on the podcast. So if you want to listen to those, if you want to watch those, join us. Our last live stream had over 600 comments. It's a lot of fun. People commenting back and forth on the live show has nothing to do with us, really, and that's the best part about it.
There was a frog dick.
So, yes, there was a frog dick, which
It was Froggy.
frog dick pics.
I still have to listen to that episode because I missed one episode and you guys go off the rails. I wasn't there to babysit you.
Hang on, Tim. Let me show you a frog dick.
I don't necessarily want to see a frog dick.
oh, he's got it on lock.
I'm sure. Well, listen, you're talking about the guy who his life revolves around cloaca, so of course you're gonna have a picture of a frog.
You know what? Frogs don't have one of those because they got a full-blown Johnson.
Jesus Christ. It's the newest gas station wine craze, frog cock.
Frog dick.
So, as we finish up tonight's show, Mikey.
Okay, here's the deal. I don't think I've, for Magical Meltdown, put up a new shirt in a long time because I just haven't had the inspiration yet. And I'm waiting for something to strike me as, hey, I need a new shirt like this. And all of a sudden I sound like Barney from The Simpsons.
I just got a huge inspiration just from talking about frog dick.
You want a frog dick shirt? You want
Listen to
Prince
frog
Naveen
dick.
hung to the...
Stop it.
You weren't here for that show.
No.
Make sure he's waxed because that is one vote away from being a tie.
Yeah, it is.
It's close, and I want to thank everybody who voted, but all you assholes who stayed up to watch us talk. No, I just want to thank everybody that listens and pays attention and recommends their friends to come join us. And really, I want to say, hey, everybody that ran out there on the Disney marathon business this past week, the Namdoogs, I want to. Shit, I've been making up a name. Bothwell. She ran.
Monica Bothwell?
I think it's Bothwell.
Listen, you can say her name wrong. I'm just going to say it really wrong. That way, it's cool. The Trostla, but not the Trostla. The shoemaker, the cobbler. The cobbler ran, and that was great.
No, Lauren and her friend ran. Chris is smarter than them.
Yeah, Chris had to watch his daughter, a.k.a. got out of running.
You guys are like exactly
Chris is
why
smart.
I drink. I drink so you guys can run. So
The Miami Mafia ran?
they did, and here's the deal. I got a phone call from the Miami Mafia while they were running. Michael Hernandez called the Three Sheets hotline and woke my ass up Sunday morning.
Which is impressive because I can't even breathe when I'm walking up the stairs, so...
Saturday morning, he calls and, he said, hey, what's up? And he ended it with, this was a bad idea. So I'm not entirely sure what happened when he hung up, if he tripped over a kid or ran into one of them cool running, jogging strollers, or ended up, laying in Dopey's arms. But we always appreciate phone calls, I guess is where I'm going with that. And I don't think we get near enough of them, even though we got a shitload over the New Year's weekend. And we'll include one at the end of this episode. I don't know which one it'll be, but probably Sydney Wagwaspecs.
Wagaspack. I learned that this weekend. Wagaspack.
I'm not hooked on phonomics. But, I handle the Three Sheets hotline, and I really enjoy it when people leave messages because I get to listen to them before anybody else does. Sometimes I accidentally answer it, and I'll surprise you, like I did listener Chris Trostel. He didn't know really what the hell was going on. He thought he called like Domino's or something like that. So call and or text 407-906-4698. That's your Three Sheets hotline. You can call us. You can even text us frog dick pics. It's all cool.
We've gone from nudes to frog dick pics.
At this point, I'll take whatever I can get. 49 weeks, Scott. All I want is for someone to make good on it.
Trenton has shown you his boobs.
I've shown everybody mine. I did the shower beer first.
We need to do this again?
Yeah, we've done it all.
Boobs. Boobs.
Oh, it's full Mardi Gras there.
Oh my gosh, Trenton has like no chest hair.
Nope.
He has like
He's 20.
It's all my face.
Yeah, that's
He's
obscene.
fucking
Are
20
you
years
Native
old. He
American?
shouldn't have chest hair yet.
He has about 10 times more chest hair than I do.
Well, Scott,
Well, really,
I
Scott?
know.
It's like, I do get waxed,
I know.
though, so...
I have like one long one right here.
Scott, my hemorrhoids grow a better beard than you do.
Yes. Adam.
All right, guys, so all kidding aside, thanks for everybody. You guys kind of made a little team of this run, and that was freaking awesome. I'm so happy that actual people made plans to meet up without us there. Our next unofficial meetup will be Brent and Sydney's wedding honeymoon party.
Honeymoon.
And I don't know if they have an official date for their meetup, but they're going between April 22nd and 29th. And then there is our May meetup, which will be May 15th. And Tim and I will be hosting that one somewhere in downtown Disney. It looks like the Polite Pig is winning out because they have a really awesome bourbon selection. And I guess that's really about it. So keep those dates on your calendar. If you're going to be down, reach out to one of us. Maybe we can hook up, hang out in the parks, do whatever. Talk to y'all later. Have a great night.
Also, Adam, as November gets closer, well, this segues into Tim. Tim, as November gets closer...
Yeah, we're starting to make arrangements now for our November meetup, which is the Wine and Dine race weekend, which I believe pretty much all of us are going, and there's a bunch of you guys going.
I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Currently, I don't plan on wearing
sure.
any leggings, but who knows what happens between now and November.
You'll wear leggings
Hey,
regardless.
we all may wear
you
leggings
in?
for the race.
Yeah.
I am not wearing leggings for the race.
He's not running.
Trenton, are
Trenton's
you
gonna
in
go.
for leggings?
Oh, I'm not running.
No, are you in for leggings?
I mean, I'll wear what the fuck ever. I don't care.
Scott, leggings?
I will wear them, but not running in them. I'll die.
No, that's fine. I'm
Way
not
too much
talking
for
about
that.
running.
We could do it at the after party.
I mean,
I mean,
why not, really?
Yeah, after party attire.
Scott,
I'm
you're the
gonna do it.
only
I
one who
don't
didn't
care.
shave your head. And now you're going to be the only one who doesn't wear leggings. And you're the only one that can't grow a beard.
I've worn leggings before.
The thing is,
I have
though, when
two pairs.
Scott wears leggings, it's just like, millennial.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can you
Tight
can wear
jeans,
you
like-
can
I
wear
bet
your
you-
Uggs too in your puffy vest. No one's gonna judge you.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
I
wear
bet
his
he owns
boots
a
with
pair
the
of
fur.
jeggings.
Get it right, all right?
You got the apple bottom jeans.
Trenton, You probably won't be surprised, but I actually do own a pair of Uggs.
I'm 100% not surprised.
I'm actually wearing a pair right now.
Are those UGG brand boots for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
UGG has a men's line?
Oh shit!
Yeah, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's
Mike.
a spokesperson.
Mikey, men's.
Yeah, and Tom Brady.
Men's. There are quotation marks.
There are quotations there. But anyway, Uggs aside, if you guys need roommates, check with other sheeters if you guys want to come. Well, just like how Cruise turned into a huge sheeter meet, and November is turning into a huge sheeter meet, so jump on board, get on down, and we'll have a great time.
There are look, we booked our Disney cruise about 3.5 months ahead of time, so there's still plenty of time to get on the October sailing out of New York. Tim, what's the date on that? October 4th, right?
4th to the 8th, I believe.
So that's the October 4th sailing out of New York on the Disney Magic. There's plenty of time to get on that. If you look into it, book now, and you can get on the Disney Magic from October 4th to the 9th, right?
It's
out of New York.
The October 4th cruising. It's a 5-night Halloween on the high seas Bermuda cruise from New York. Is the exact name of the cruise.
You sail down to Bermuda, you sail back to New York, you can literally fly in and out of New York. It's a wonderful, wonderful ship. I love the Disney Magic. You guys will too. And anybody who books it will absolutely love it. So,
and I'm going, and so is my wife, and you can see what puts up with this shit. And you can meet my lovely wife, Stephanie.
And
you might see Mikey's dinner plates at the pool.
You will see Mikey's dinner plate.
That I'll even serve you lunch off of one of them. My left one. I keep my left one shaved.
There's no sushi on the Lido deck.
I don't taste like fish.
Or you can just come in November instead and see all of us.
Trenton, closing remarks.
I was kind of gonna just give a shout out to everybody that ran this week. That's much more physical activity than I get probably an entire year. So you guys doing that and thinking of us enough to post your pictures and your thoughts and call the fucking hotline while you're running, like, that shit blows my fucking mind. Just continue to be part of our family every week and show us when you run and show us when you drink and make fun of Scott not having a beard and all that good stuff that we do. Just keep doing it with us.
From all of us here at Three Sheets to the Mouse, thank you for making our show part of your Disney life. Thank you for your time, this time, and until next time, so long for just a while.